Hey Leo, it's Ashley. We're going to do your reading for that last week of October 2021. See what's going on with your energy as we wrap up this crazy long month of October that we've had. The Mercury retrograde is complete. We're almost out of the shadow period. We've just had a very intense full moon in the sign of Aries, which would have been trine to your sign. So it could have had some very invigorating energy show up for you. So we're going to look at past, present, and future and see how Leo has been impacted and to see what's coming in for you in the near future. All right. So if this is not your reading, make sure to check your other placements. You can look at what that schedule is down below in the description box. If it is your reading, I'd love to hear from you. Look at all that lovely blue energy showing up there in those cards, which is quite interesting because we have Taming the Wind here, which is all about the throat chakra, how you communicate and think and speak. So could have been having quite a bit of conversations in the recent past. We'll kind of see what comes through here. But anyway, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to know when new readings are being uploaded. What's going on for Leo this last week of October? We're heading into, again, another powerful new moon in the sign of Scorpio here in the next week or so. I think it's on November 4th. So kind of finishing off 2021 with a bit of a bang here. As if the year wasn't crazy enough already, right? Let's see what's going on for Leo. We have the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Fool, the Emperor, the Five of Cups, and the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So it could certainly be dealing with a soulmate. Could also just be, you can see how in this depiction of the Two of Cups, they're twins. And so this could be you and your higher self kind of coming together. You see how the flower stems here are intertwined. So you could be kind of narrowing the gap between your everyday earth self and kind of more of your soul self. So let's see what's going on here. So Taming the Wind in the past. As I was saying, this is a lot about wind, so air. You could think of this as like the swords energy in the tarot. It's all about thinking, communicating, recognizing how our thoughts impact a situation, how we speak, and how the power of the word has a lot of power that we don't often maybe give it credit for, right? So we have the Four of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Emperor. I do feel like there's been just some kind of victory almost when it comes to it's almost like an overcoming energy here. And it's not that I have cards here that signify victory. I mean, we do have the Four of Wands, which can talk about kind of stepping through a portal and celebrating here. But it's like you've moved into a better place about something here. And I feel like it's because you've come into some kind of awareness and taken control over perhaps the way you think and communicate, and just recognized what an impact that's had in the past. So certainly could have been something that was revealed to you as a result of this Mercury retrograde we've been going through here. Let's get some more detail on what this could be for you, Leo. Why do we have the Four of Wands? We have the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. With the Six of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords. Whoops. And the Two of Cups. So could certainly have had some kind of soulmate ending take place in the past. Okay, this fell on the floor. It's the Seven of Cups. And I think what feels to me like a victory is you're allowing yourself to, or you have, because this is the past position, you've allowed yourself to put an end to the confusion around something here. Some sort of soulmate situation. I don't know that the soulmate itself, like that couple, could be a friendship for sure. I don't know that the relationship itself ended. I think that the confusion around the relationship ended. And I think it was directly tied to, maybe you just holding on to conflicts of the past that was preventing you from really stepping forward into a more positive place. Let's look at this Emperor. Yeah, we have the Fool. So a lot of Aries energy here. Now we did have an Aries full moon. We have the Page of Wands. We had that Aries full moon on the 20th of October. And with it being a full moon, it kind of brought us back into our Aries energy, which is about the self, right? And kind of relying on our own personal energy rather than what others were bringing to the table to us. Now, I do feel like whatever shift took place here was kind of a big deal. I mean, you see this is number, if it's gonna zoom in, this is number 55. So fives are associated with change and, conflict, something that's going to push you outside of your comfort zone, right? And I do feel like you perhaps have taken some sort of new passionate leap of faith here, not because it makes logical sense, not because you're going off of things that you've learned in the past. Of course, you take that wisdom with you, but I feel like you've taken this leap because you finally have recognized that how you are approaching something, how you're thinking about it, how you're speaking about it has an impact, and because you've kind of had this realization that your power goes with you. So no matter what happens with someone else, no matter what conflict shows up, you're walking around with the power within you. And so you're not giving your power away anymore to something outside of yourself, if that makes sense. So that feels really good and empowering. In the current position, we have surrender. So you're kind of in this place of, you've taken this leap of faith, you've moved past some sort of blockage that you've dealt with in the past, and now you're just kind of in this energy of, we'll see what happens. and knowing that you'll be fine either way, right? We have the Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Five of Cups. This could certainly be some sort of reunion with someone from the past. Perhaps someone that, this soulmate energy that we've been talking about with that Three of Cups, it's like a coming together and a celebrating and making that decision to kind of attempt to balance yourself with another individual, right? Even if we have things that happened in the past that were not great, you can see that there's still these two buttercup blooms attached here. And it feels to me like at this juncture with the Surrender card, you're finally turning around to see those rather than focusing on what didn't work in the past, right? So that feels really good. Let's see if we can get some more detail on that, Leo. This feels really good. It feels like feels like you've taken responsibility for your part, and then you're allowing the universe to do its part, if that makes sense. And so you've stepped into this very co-creative energy that's just you and the universe. It's not other people. It's not other people's opinions. It's not the past. It's not the future. It's right now. It feels really good. Two of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess. And, whoops, the Moon. So some very hidden energy here. It's like you're making a choice to step forward even if you don't know what's going to happen. And that really ties in with that energy of being strong enough in yourself. Like you don't know what's going to happen. The Moon and the High Priestess, it's like hidden factors, right? That aren't yet revealed. And it's like with that Two of Pentacles, it's like deciding to go ahead anyway. With the Three of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups. So some real feel-good energy here. And the Hermit. So it does feel like this is something that you have been thinking about for some time. And deep, deep down, it is something that feels good to you. If you get below the fear, right? If you get under that, what's past the fear is that perhaps this is something that you long for, right? With the Five of Cups, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're moving on from any like regret. And the Knight of Wands, and really charging forward with just like some passion, you know, just introducing some excitement. Like perhaps not knowing what's going to happen is what makes it exciting, because no matter what happens, you're going to be fine, right? You're in this very strong energy within yourself, and it's okay to not know the future. Because no matter what happens, you'll learn something from it. You will walk away with additional wisdom, you know, and you'll have a bunch of new experiences no matter what, right? In the future position, we have the Levitator. And so certainly taking a look at things from a higher perspective and allowing yourself to view something just from a bigger picture standpoint. We have the Nine of Wands, the Fool, and the High Priestess. And so I think on some level in the past, you have probably been kind of guarded against taking this leap. And perhaps now that you are doing so, you have the Fool here more than once, and the High Priestess here again. You could certainly be dealing with a Pisces, an Aries, that's showing up strongly here. We have Virgo and Cancer, water and fire. Could be any sign really, but I do feel like you can see on this Nine of Wands, she's got all these pokes from this rose bush. You know, like every rose has its thorn, right? And she's been cut a lot of times, and they're kind of like stitched up. And so, you know, we can have this like guarded energy because we don't want to get poked again. We don't want to get cut. But to avoid the cut completely means we don't get the rose either, right? And so recognizing that it does take a leap of faith to experience anything that's worthwhile, even if it means there's risk associated with it. And I don't mean taking like a ridiculous life-threatening risk. I'm talking about, you know, risking your heart, risking being injured to the ego or to the heart, right? Now, what's interesting here, you know how I was talking about those buttercups on that Five of Cups? You can see on the Fool card, there's one up here on the tail of this alligator. And she's getting ready to walk this path, not knowing that there's potentially danger ahead. And so very Fool energy there, which is just about kind of, you know, taking the leap anyway. So let's see, I want to see how that levitator really plays into this. It's like perhaps you're having a new shift in perspective as to, you know, why the risk is worth it. The Nine of Wands, we have the Five of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. With the Fool, we have the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. And the High Priestess, we have the Nine of Wands again, and the Three of Pentacles. You know, it's really interesting because it's like we have this guarded energy, and then we have an offer. And then we have this, you know, potentially sneaky energy, and then we have an offer. And then here we have this guarded energy, and then the power to build. And so it's like kind of seeing, again, how, you know, from a higher perspective, well, we can either be guarded, or we can perhaps go for something, and sure, there's risk involved. Now, I'm not saying here that you're like super duper comfortable with not knowing what's going to happen. You know, I mean, we all have that aspect of ourselves that's trying to protect us, right? When we have fears come up and that kind of thing. You know, that's not going to stop for anyone. I suppose maybe the Buddha, right, didn't have fear. But, you know, if you're on any kind of journey of growth, which I believe in some way we all are, you're going to have fears that come up. But I think what this outcome is really showing you is that you're never completely safe from risk. Like, the only security that you have is within you, right? Knowing that no matter what happens, you're going to be fine. You'll heal, you'll gain wisdom, and you'll have some adventures along the way, right? Now, I do feel like someone here is offering you a very genuine offer. We have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Three of Pentacles. So there's some sort of building solid energy here. Could certainly be dealing with, oh, and look at this, a Two of Cups, like a soulmate energy. The Knight of Pentacles, again, the Ace of Pentacles. So someone here is offering you something solid. And so your initial reaction may very well be, no, I'm not taking a risk. I'm not going to risk the drama. I'm not going to risk the potential of getting hurt here, right? But give yourself that opportunity to, one, we talked about the throat chakra here, recognize how your thoughts about it are going to have an influence. So if you, and I don't mean ignoring your own inner wisdom, right? What we've already covered here is that inner wisdom is what you're taking with you. You know, it's not outside of you. It's not going to come from someone else. And so, but, you know, if you view everything as going to be super negative, that's probably what's going to happen, because you're going to subconsciously manifest that. But between you and the universe, what can you make happen? And with all this throat chakra blue energy showing up here, I would offer yourself the time to really reflect on this before deciding. I really do feel like you're going to take the leap. I do, but I do feel like there's going to be a pause here, and it's going to allow you to take the time to kind of rise above and recognize that there's nothing in life worth having that doesn't require risk. So it feels really good. It feels like a really good stepping stone kind of energy, like you're stepping more into your own personal power. And I will say, again, whatever you're being offered here, perhaps from a soulmate energy, it is solid. You know, we don't get, it's not a fleeting passion, right? The pentacles represent stability, something very grounded. And that's the offer that you have coming in here in 2 different decks. So I think that in this situation, you're safe to take the risk. Like, I don't see it ending as, you know, you're getting burned here, right? Feels good. I hope that was helpful, Leo, and I hope you have a great Halloween, end of October, and I will see you back here for the November readings, which will be coming out next week. And have a great end of October. Bye.